Hi, my name is Susan. I'm the director of the NGO Liaison Service here at the UN. And speaking of spiritual moments, this is definitely one for me because I've looked up to you for more than 25 years. Thank you for being here and for this opportunity. Your impression on me was when I was a teenager and you were in The Color Purple, in which you showed the world the impacts and the devastation of racism and discrimination, and you embodied a spirit that people could relate to help lift humanity to a higher level. And I see you still doing that now, and that's what this institution is about too. People look to the UN with hopes and dreams and ambitions. I really appreciate what you were just saying about listening. In helping NGOs to relate here at the UN, we need to do a lot of listening. And in the last 3 years, we've been listening to the civil society voices, and one of their biggest priorities is for the UN to address inequality and discrimination and marginalization, and to achieve equality. And given the extent to which you have been able to lift the human spirit and offer guidance and bring voices with wisdom to the world, I just wanted to ask you if you could help communicate to this institution that has this responsibility to help overcome inequalities and marginalization for all people in the world and actually achieve equality, your guidance for how this institution can carry that forward. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Susan, let me just think on that a minute, Susan.
Okay, we have a question.
What guidance I might have. This is what I would say. For me, the medium is storytelling. And I had the filmmakers from Part 2 Picture stand up. They're some of the most profound storytellers through their visuals. I mean, what's wonderful about this series is that it's visually epic and rich and deep, and so you feel like you're in the space. So I know that my way of communicating is through, the telling of stories. I always knew that in order to get people to be moved to do anything, you can talk and talk and talk. Like we could have talked and talked and talked about how Muslims and Christians need to get along. But seeing the imam and the pastor in their own words with the stories that were told about how they came to be friends illuminates that in a way that other people's words cannot. So I would say, hire Part 2 pictures. And no, I would say find a way to tell those stories in small sound bites in such a way that people feel what it is you're trying to say. Because many times we get bogged down in agendas and dogma and policy and papers and meetings and stuff, just to break through with small stories about how inequality and discrimination and differences have impacted, and then showing the triumphs. I think one of the lessons we knew, Sherry Salata and our team at Harpo, Sherry, who was executive producer of our show for so many years, we knew that people responded to the power of positivity. It doesn't serve you to show how bad things are, but to be able to show how things can change and use the example of people's lives that have been changed gives hope and promise and allows other people to want to invest in the hope and promise. So because I am a storyteller, I would say use the medium more provocatively of telling stories. And it's so easy to do now with social media. It's so easy to communicate through, as a visual medium of storytelling. So that would be my initial thought.
Thank you. Thank you, Oprah. And in the spirit